Okay, so
Right.
Home Improvement, right? So Home Improvement, right? Tim Allen, he's got a neighbor. A neighbor's name is Wilson. Wilson stands behind a fence and gives Tim
Right.
advice on things going on in life.
Yeah.
And his face was always obscured by this fence. It was always up to his eyes, right? You could see his eyes and his hat, but you couldn't see below that, right? Maybe if you caught a glimpse through the slits of the fence.
They also like he would be in a restaurant, but he'd be in the booth next to them, so you could
Oh
only
yeah,
see it.
so
Like they would do stuff like that.
they
Like,
would
oh,
do stuff
Wilson's
like that.
outside of the house.
Yes,
Gotta
he
hide
would
him.
be. Yeah, you would see him, but his face would always be obscured. And I actually do wonder if
Mm.
they ever showed us anyway. But what I'm saying is, in the '90s when we were kids, right?
Right. You couldn't
And
just
this
Google
you couldn't just
who
Google
plays
right who plays Wilson
Wilson. Right.
and see the actor's face. It was a mystery, kind of
Right.
the same
A
way
true
that when I
mystery.
was right, a true mystery. It's kind of the same way that we've talked about before when Chris and I were playing Pokemon Red and Blue, like straight like it was released and we were playing it. You went on the internet, right, to like Game Facts or whatever, where they
Yeah.
had like the ASCII art, and it would like it was like the mystery of the truck outside of the SS Anne, and Mew was there. You just had to do a certain thing to get it. There's none of that going on anymore. Stinks.
It
Everything
reminds
is
me
there's too many things that we know right away. I don't want to know things right away anymore. Give it some time.
olds.
Yeah.
Just delay the news by 2 weeks.
Yeah, give me a delay.
The
Give me a
news.
little delay.
It reminds me of the time my parents used to, and this was they told me this when I was a kid.
Child.
So like it was still in the infancy, the internet compared to when they told me this is nothing compared to what it is now. But
Yeah.
would always tell me about this time when they were, I guess, my age that I am now or younger or whatever. They couldn't remember the name, like Gene Wilder was the name of the actor that played Willy Wonka. Like for some
Uh-huh.
reason they just like were like, wait, who played Willy Wonka? And they were like, we spent
Right.
the whole afternoon
Yeah,
trying,
yeah.
And I'm like, well, at least I
Well,
don't
okay.
live in that
There
world
was
anymore.
there was a time it was even college, right? So college, I would say this is circa 2007 or 8. The internet is good, but it's still not really good, right?
Mm,
Like it's still not amazing. And for some reason, someone got in their heads like this line, right? You're coming with like that. You're
what,
coming with.
what does that mean?
Right. So it's a line from a movie,
Mm,
but somebody got it, like somebody just said it and was like, what is that from? What movie is that from? And we spent the entire afternoon racking brains on where it was
racking
from,
brains,
and we
racking
couldn't we
brains.
couldn't find it on the internet. And it was only, and I'm not kidding you, a year later that we were watching Wedding Crashers.
Year later.
Well, yeah, and it was well, I was gonna say Will Smith. It was Will Ferrell in Wedding Crashers to Owen Wilson. He said, "You're coming with to the funeral to get
Mm,
girls." But we looked at each other like, "Holy shit, that was it." But today I could look up that one. I could
there's
tell
no
Jack.
moment. Yeah, there's
No,
no
I could
moment like
just
that
tell
anymore.
Chat GPT like, "What's this
I
line?"
could just tell
Well, but then
Chat
you're gonna get it. Then you're gonna get the wrong
GPT.
answer.
No, give me the right answer
I
sometimes.
did. I
The other
did a.
prop. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I did a thing on. Um. I googled right.
Okay.
Policy positions. Tallarico versus Crockett.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, I've somewhat been following and everything, but I was like, I haven't really looked at either of these guys in
It's
too
okay. You
close
don't have to
detail.
justify your
Talarico is more
searches.
progressive.
Yeah. I was like, he's the more progressive one, right?
Yes.
Anyway, so I googled it, and the AI results were like, here are the policy positions between Tallarico and Davy Crockett.
That's amazing.
That's great.
I
That's
was like,
so good.
That's great.
no, the Crockett he ran against in his race. I'm like, oh,
Dude, that's
fucking,
so good.
what's
So
the
when
name?
my kid was exposed to Golden by K-pop
Mm,
Demon Hunters for the first time, she
yeah,
didn't know that it was
the
called
lyric.
Golden.
Oh,
She
okay.
didn't know that it was called K-pop Demon Hunters. She had just heard it and she hummed it to me in like her sort of, she remembered the words but sort of not. And then I was able to then hum her version to Google, And Google top hit was Golden, and I played it, and she was like, that's it. That's the song. I'm like, that's incredible. That's incredible. Like, that's it. Society over.
Amazing.
Done. Yeah.
Really quick, just weird that you're bringing up Davy Crockett, because so I just finished rewatching. Well, not rewatching. I just finished watching Star Trek: Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, someone on the writing staff decided a funny thing to do would be to give, because they have the holodeck there where they can go into, real VR, right, on the holodeck. It's a real virtual world that you can physically interact with. So like one of the favorite things that this doctor does is he loves to go to the Battle of the Alamo, and he loves Davy Crockett. And again, this is like the year 2300. And it's so strange. It's so strange today with modern thinking to imagine that people this far flung in the future, capitalism's gone, right? Inequality is gone. Like on Earth has like a utopia in the Star Trek world, that people are like romanticizing the Alamo and Davy Crockett, who, if you would actually read the history of, were not good people. We're not good people. They were defending slavery. These were bad people. These were the bad guys. So it is just like a funny thing that because this was made far enough ago, right? People were just like, oh, they're American heroes. Yeah, we'll make them like people that were remembered in history. But now you're like,
well, that was the thing that is like, will always besmirch fucking the Discovery Show, because what's his name? Jason Isaacs has this line where he like lists off a bunch of like historical geniuses.
Tom, don't remind me.
Like,
don't remind me.
Einstein, fucking Thomas Edison with a light bulb, and then he's like Elon Musk, and like he's like the Wright brothers, Elon Musk.
You know what though? Elon Musk is right up there with Thomas Edison. She's a con artist who fucking steals technology, uses his money to push other people out of the way who are the actual inventors of things. Like that, they actually do kind of go hand in hand.
There you
Man. Previously on Unranked Challenge. But let's talk about Marathon.
Yeah. I think you can tell by the way I'm reacting, I wasn't impressed. I'm not jonesing. I'm not dying to play again, which is not a good sign.
Yeah, it wasn't a great.
The game should grab you. The game should grab you. First couple matches should just grab you.
Yeah.
Like HighGuard grabbed me more than this.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You know, Alex, I've got to admit, I've come around to your line of thinking here. I think I may have had more fun during like the brief moments of HighGuard when we were like actively defending our castle than I ever did during any moment of Marathon. Even though I hated
the HighGuard.
Yeah. God. Jesus Christ. Real quick, just to tack onto that.
HighGuard.
That cold
you got to get the guttural. You got to get the real welcome to HighGuard.
Is that how he did it?
Oh, yeah. HighGuard.
Welcome to HighGuard.
HighGuard. Oh, yeah.
The HighGuard.
To HighGuard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have like a deep...
It wasn't deep, but there was some raspy. There was some like...
it wasn't
welcome.
It wasn't
not raspy. Okay, raspy is not the right word.
It was like a reverence. Like,
okay.
Well, HighGuard.
To HighGuard.
To HighGuard.
There was some
It wasn't like welcome to HighGuard. It was like this is a stoic, solemn moment. We are unveiling the future of first-person shooters.
Tom, maybe they should have said aloha.
Oh god.
Because it means both hello and goodbye.
Sure.
Sayonara. Aloha to HighGuard.
Yeah, this works either way. Cover your bases,
man.
Jeff.
Yo, just to tack on to what you were talking about there, Tuna. My friends and I recently, when we do, because dodgeball, it's a beer league. 50% of the reason you go and play dodgeball is you go out to the bar and hang out with everyone afterwards. Recently, whenever someone's been like, "Oh, I'll just look it up," we've all started being like, "No, fucking put your phones away. No more looking," because it does just ruin every conversation now. It does. You're absolutely right. Everything you were saying to Tom, I couldn't agree more. And I also loved Wilson. It's great.
Yep.
You don't. No more Wilsons.
For clarification. Oh well, unless you're keeping it in
I'm
the
just gonna
show.
put that in, Tom. That was good
Okay.
stuff. I was listening
That
while I was
good
getting my stuff set up.
Quality content.
I was listening while I was getting my stuff
better
set
as a
up.
podcast.
Yeah,
in-
I'm like
good.
I'm
Up to
also trying to
520
find where he
episodes.
said "Welcome to HighGuard" because it was
I
like
knew it.
Welcome.
I knew
it's
it.
the very
Welcome.
end. It's the very end.
I
It's the
know
very
it
end.
is. I know, but I was trying to find a shorter clip that I could just like get welcome.
To HighGuard.
No, it was not that. You're a little too like classy with it. You're too classy. Tom's rendition is too classy.
This is the opposite of that office
This
skit,
isn't even like a
Tom.
meme. Like this isn't even a thing that people are like is going around the internet. Like
It is. It was.
It's just stuck in my brain. Anytime I think about it, I just think about how big of a fucking deal that guy made about
what
this
are they gonna
fucking
do?
game.
I
Oh
feel
my
like
God.
they shouldn't have a trailer afterwards next time, unless it's like super smash. Unless it's like a 10 out of 10 game. Just don't even put a trailer at the end because now it's going to be a thing. Everyone's just going to be like, "What's the HighGuard trailer this year?"
I mean that is fair. I do think that it didn't. I mean, we fucking just get to news. Well, we'll save it for news. You know what? We'll save it for news.
Okay, hold on. Can you guys
Okay.
hold on. Here we go.
You can.
Are you going to send me the link? Or
To
HighGuard. HighGuard.
That's just Jeff.
That sounds like he tried to put a little bit of an accent on there.
Well, hold on, let me see the link here.
The HighGuard.
No. I told you there's a little more to it. There's a little more to it. Here.
Yeah, this is kind of like how they say that. What is that saying? That no one really dies so long as someone remembers them and says their name. Like we're keeping HighGuard alive right now.
Look at and also the way he did it too. Because I remember watching this and I remember thought that was a really weird thing. He was like, "Welcome," and then he like leans in hard.
HighGuard.
Yeah, to HighGuard. Like, listen to me, bitch.
Like he's dropping something.
Yeah, he's dropping it. It was kind of a.
He's dropping it.
No, dude, he definitely thought this was the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Just if you're scrubbing through the video, just look for him bowing. As soon as you get there, that's it. You got it.
It was a shit bow, Tuna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I do a proper intro?
HighGuard. There we go.
I don't know.
No, you didn't.
It's the 522nd episode.
Hi.
We got one more week,
HighGuard.
and then another week.
Eyebrow raise too.
Right. Not next weekend,
HighGuard.
but the weekend after is 10-year anniversary weekend. Is it 10-year anniversary week? So not next week after. 524, I believe.
Well, next week is Thomas's birthday.
Right. So
I got the particle. I can't wait. I got the particle. We're playing Pin the Tail of the Donkey.
We'll be celebrating it the following week. Yes.
Yeah. Which actually like perfectly maps out. So
Craig, I sent Tom that bit from that comedian. Actually, when did I send it to you before? Oh, I sent that to you back a couple weeks ago.
You sent it to me while I was doing something.
Yeah, no, but I sent it to Tom a couple weeks ago when his excuse for something was he was at someone's birthday party, and I was like,
okay.
So, and then a couple weeks later, I get the particle, and it's like, here we go again. So, Tom, will there be Pin the Tail on the Donkey, or
no? We're just hanging out. We're gonna.
You know
play...
what though? Pin the Tail on the Donkey would be fun.
We did that at my 30th. It wasn't Pin the Tail on the Donkey. It was put the Tom's face on the Power Ranger. Brooke.
Oh, that's right. I remember this coming up.
She made the big Power Ranger poster, and you had to put my face on it, which was.
I gotta say, like the comedian's bit about the whole thing kind of just tracks with that party.
Look, you're gonna come and you're gonna have a good time. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not gonna have. I'm not in any way, shape, or form. But I am saying that was a funny bit. I enjoyed it.
It was funny. It was funny.
If you can make a good bit about society, if you're a comedian, you can make a good bit about society and commentary. You have a chance of affecting Alex's relationship with other people in his life. You have a chance of like Alex. Alex is the kind of person that hears a comedian say something and then he goes, "They're right." And now I'm going to lead my life with this advice.
Yeah,
it's thank God you don't think Joe Rogan's funny. Because we'd all be in a lot of trouble.
Jesus
Chris,
Christ.
real quick, I think you're coming in through your AirPods. Are you meant to be coming in through your AirPods?
I'm not meant to be coming into my AirPods. And you're absolutely right that I am.
Oh, yes.
Because look at this.
You're definitely not meant to be coming into your AirPods. That's definitely not meant to be happening.
Wow. It's a good thing you're not a comedian. It's a good thing you don't rest your laurels on being a comedian and being funny as making money. That's the way to make money for
Hello?
yourself. Although I
Yeah,
have
that's
noticed,
fair.
Tom,
That
I
works.
looked at the game spot. This was such a fucking conversation too. So my dad asked. I saw him last weekend. We were driving out to the house in the Hamptons. And he was like, "Oh, so what's like everyone doing?" I had to explain what I do for a living for like the 20th time, and
How does
then
he not know you've worked at the same company for a decade?
Yeah,
he doesn't know.
nothing's
He
changed.
still doesn't know what it does.
Also, what
So-
you do is like the most.
I know, but I had to explain to him
Straightforward.
that
It's so
you're not.
straightforward.
Yeah.
But I also had to explain
Alex
to him.
commits financial crimes.
Right.
Yeah.
I also had to explain to him,
Couldn't be
Tom,
simpler.
that Tom is not a cash register behind the desk at game.
Stop.
Right.
So he was like, "Well, what do you mean?" I was like, "He works at GameSpot."
What do you mean?
He goes, "The stores that I see." I go, "No, not the store." Well, what is what? Then what?
You're like Mr.
he's like,
Dyslexic. Flip
he
the P
selling
and the T.
Spot.
is he selling games? Anyway, so I went on. So I looked at the Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Tom,
You
you're
showed
like
him.
you're like the face of you're like Mr. GameSpot now.
Alex, I had this very thought
You're like
today.
Mr. GameSpot now.
I had
You're
this
all over
very
it.
thought today when Tom organically popped up on my feed. I must follow
Yeah.
GameSpot actually, but it just
Well,
popped
it's
up on
a
my feed,
collaboration
and I
thing,
see
so if you
Tom.
follow me, it'll
Oh,
show
that's
up.
probably why. But I was just scrolling random reels. I wasn't going
Sure.
through my, so I thought to myself, I'm like, it's interesting that Tom's not on any like specific podcast because there are probably
Yeah.
a lot of people that only interact with the social media to get
Yes.
their news and information. And to them,
Tom.
Tom is the face of GameSpot.
Yeah, he was impressed that you had like I think it was like 43,000 views on a video, and it was just your face.
Yeah,
and he was
One
like,
of the
"Wow, look at
lower-
this!
That's
Just
one of the
just
lower end
talk."
ones too.
I'm so proud of
I
our
don't know,
boy.
Tom. I don't know what to tell
Oh,
you.
appreciate it.
This is me trying to get through this part of the conversation with Dad quick. So
Well, there you go.
Amazing.
there it is.
You guys want to
Yeah.
talk about a Pokemon?
I
Not
guess
really.
so.
Oh. Well, it's
Is it
522nd
bad? Is it a
episode.
bad one? I don't know.
Is it
What
bad?
do we got coming on? Is it bad? I don't know. Pokemon.
No, it's a good Pokemon. I really,
Here we
really
go.
like this
Mm.
Pokemon. Its name is Blitzel. It's a cool little Pokemon. It's a zebra. It's electric type. It's the electrified
electric.
Pokemon. It's electric. Boogie woogie woogie woogie. It's
what is
cool, man. It's
Yeah?
this generation's Shinx, right? But they were like, let's do a zebra.
Oh, wow. Playing the Shinx card.
This? Wait, what number is this? Pokemon
522.
522.
522.
Fuck, we're almost a quarter of the way to 600. That seems
Bro, we are close to halfway through the Pokedex.
Mm.
the entire thing.
The entire thing.
Holy
That is pretty
Mm.
crazy. That
That's
is pretty wild.
Mhm. Mhm.
In
So
fact,
Blitzel.
by the time we finish, like by the time Gen 10 comes out, we'll actually be like slightly ahead of halfway because we are on the 5th gen right now. Yeah, so it's a black and white, which I think I really like this color scheme for an electric Pokemon because it's not just here's a pure yellow
Here's a
Pokemon.
yellow
We're going
thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's black and white. They made the stripes into like little lightning bolts, but it's not like too overt. They're like semi lightning bolts, semi just stripes. They gave it like the sort of electric blue in its eyes with just a highlight of yellow. I mean, I'm a big fan of the design of this Pokemon.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
Got a good
Um,
name.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Got a good shiny.
interestingly enough,
Swapping the
this-
black for blue. Sorry.
So the
Yeah.
abilities,
Yeah.
all of its abilities make it immune to a specific type, excluding Pokemon with only one possible ability. It shares this distinction with its evolution, Zebstrika.
Zebstrika.
No,
Or
Zeb-
Zebstrika.
Zebstrika.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Zebstrika. So that's the only trivia, which I'm always disappointed if a Pokemon only has one sentence of trivia. But anyway,
Mm.
it resembles a zebra, and maybe based on, well, my kid watches a lot of Peppa Pig, so
Right.
it's not Mr.
Yeah.
Zebra, it's Mr. Zebra and
Sure.
Zoe Zebra.
It's not a
Zoe
flashlight. It's a
Zebra.
torch. It's not an elevator. It's a lift.
Well, it's today we were reading Peppa Pig's garden games before bed, and they were playing with Skittles,
Mm.
otherwise
yeah.
known as bowling pins.
Yeah.
So she asked about that. She also asked about, we also read the book, The Recycling Something or Other, and it was talking about rubbish.
Sure.
She
Take
asked
it
me
to
what
the
the hell
tip.
rubbish was. Yeah, the tin, not the tip. No, but what else did she ask that I couldn't?
You should
Oh,
recognize all these from Taskmaster.
yeah, no, I do. But then there was other question. There was one last book we read that had to do with baseball, and Peppa got out or something, and she goes, "What does out mean?" And I'm like, you know what? Like that's actually it's not just an easy answer. I can't because then I have to explain
no
what
longer
baseball
in.
is. Yeah. So I just said it's a person. It's the next person's turn to. Anyway,
Does she? Yeah, I guess they're probably too young even for like musical chairs at that age.
no, she can play musical chairs.
It would be like, all right, when you're playing musical chairs, you get out, right? Like that's probably an easy thing. You don't have to
Yeah.
explain baseball.
But then
It's the
she's got
same
to
thing.
remember musical chairs. She's the kids. The kids.
Look,
kids are
you were
moving.
telling me today she's a fashionista.
She is. She is. She picked out her whole outfit for tomorrow.
Yeah, Tom, I asked Alex, I'm like, so have you shown her Mario Kart yet? And he was like, oh, she doesn't like video games. She likes fashion. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, she's 4.
She's not interested. She has no interest in the video games. She just doesn't. And I don't know if that's going to come later.
You gotta
or
bring
not
her
at all,
downstairs,
but
right? Pull up Mario Kart, show her all the different like costumes for
attention
like
span
for
isn't
Daisy and for Princess Peach.
I don't know if she'll sit through a whole race. She wants to do gymnastics and dance. Like she doesn't really. She wants to show me her dance move.
Good for her.
Yeah. So
And she pulled up that AI video.
yeah. Yeah.
You're like, watch this, daddy, and you're like,
Right.
fuck,
Oh my god.
talented fucking.
Well,
It turns out it
that was
wasn't
today.
AI.
I sent a picture to
Yeah.
Britt that was me at the bottom of the stairs with a selfie with her up at her room, and she was in her room picking what bracelet she wanted to wear and putting on her makeup, even though she's not actually putting it on, but she's still sitting in front of a mirror and like acting like she is and picking out which bracelet she wants to wear and which headband she wants to wear and which color. I'm like, can we go?
Tom, he is gonna have to buy so
Time to
many
go.
expensive like bags and jewelry and clothes.
Yeah, you'll be wishing she was a gamer.
Yeah. Yeah. Penny
Anyway.
is growing up with a controller in her hands. That is I need local co-op in my life.
Okay.
You know?
Did we rate this thing? Are we?
We didn't
we
even
didn't.
say the
Talking about
name Origin.
Pokemon?
Shut the
Okay.
fuck up.
I didn't
Blitzel may be
know.
a combination.
You're the one talking about your fucking daughter.
My fucking Tom likes to say, my dumbass daughter. Blitzel may be a combination of Blitz, German for lightning, and little.
Mm.
Yeah,
You remember when we were on Lads weekend and I was gonna say something about Alex's kid and Alex goes, be careful.
Be careful.
And it was just that girl that was on the
He said it
circle
like Jeff Keighley would
looked
say.
just like her.
Super serious.
Yeah.
Pokemon Black and White 2, the Pokedex says its main shines when it discharges electricity. They use
Ugh,
frequency and
discharge.
rhythm
Don't
of these
like that.
flashes to communicate.
It's crazy to me that Lads Weekend was over a year ago. It does not feel like
It was
over
a year and a half ago. Yeah,
That's
Well, 'cause
crazy.
we had alternate Lads weekend when we had Lads bachelor party last year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tom,
I
are you
like this,
doing Japan this year or next year?
It'll be next year probably.
Okay, maybe we can do something small this year.
I don't
for the
know,
weekend.
Tom. I would wipe your social media. I don't know if you're going to be allowed back.
Tom,
in
if it's like a because
I'm
you're
not.
because I know you're saving up for a big Japan trip.
Sure.
So if cost for a lads weekend is an issue,
No,
can you just get Brooke out of the house for a weekend and we'll just host it at your house and Tuna and I will just come to your house. for
get
the weekend.
Brooke, get the resident of the house.
Get
out
the
of
women out of the
house.
house for the weekend.
I can take a. Well,
think you can
actually,
take
well,
couple-
I tell you what, we got a. We'll talk later, but
Okay.
I can afford to do like an Airbnb. It's not a problem. I just can't
I'm-
afford a $10,000 Japan trip right
No.
now.
Yeah.
But
I'm down. I'm down.
We're refinancing soon because we're already massively lower interest rates compared to what we were paying. So
Are interest rates across the board lower?
from when we got the house, yeah,
Interesting.
we
Okay.
were in the 7s, and like we can get something in.
Are they in
the
6s
5s
now?
The
Whoa,
5s.
wait, 5s.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
This is interesting.
Depending on how big your loan is, but yeah.
Interesting.
and it depends on your. It depends
Sure.
on a bunch of things. But,
Yeah, it depends on a lot of stuff. Okay, that's good to know. I think later this year, last weekend again. we do it.
This Pokemon also has
This is a good
shiny.
Pokemon.
Good shiny.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
shiny.
Good shiny.
Yeah, I think we rate this one high. I
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
good. It's going high.
Yeah, it's going.
It's also it's like
It's
pretty
going.
unique. Like the closest thing I can describe this Pokemon to is like, Shinx, which is a great Pokemon. I would say actually closer to like the middle Shinx, not the Shinx because
No, it's no Shanks.
it's not tiny.
It's no Shanks.
I don't think this goes any lower than 7.
Yeah, I was just about to say put it
That's
right
fine.
under Servine.
It's
It's
good.
the new number 7. The new number 7.
Yeah, because it is the base. It is the base. It's not very strong at this point. Like, this is a cool Pokemon. Let's do it. There it is. The new number 7, Blitzel, which is actually like our 8th Pokemon because we decided to start with 0 in this generation. It is the only generation that does it. So, to be fair, it does make sense. Oh man, when we ranked all the 151, did we include missing? No. I feel like we should.
No.
We'll have to get back to it in the future. We'll get back to it.
Okay.
The next time we do a gen, we'll do that. All right, so that's it for the Pokemon. There's a decent amount of news to talk about. Tuna and I played some Absolum today. Tom, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Minor light spoilers, I guess, for Absolum. If you're
Okay.
listening.
I'd say this is a pretty big one. Because
Okay.
the
When you
the-
get to the
thing
final
you're
boss.
Okay.
The final boss.
Well, Tom just
What? Oh,
Is it-
I don't think that's the spoiler.
Is it an
you
auto
don't
wipe?
think
Yes.
So I have to have
You
I have to have a
life.
recovery.
Mhm.
I have
You
to have,
a
that's why they
recovery.
sell it for like 600 coins.
800, but yeah.
wait, it's an auto wipe every time?
We have to get to the end with
You
a life,
have-
Alex.
If you go into the final fight without a
Wow.
life recovery,
That's why they sell that one at the end.
and you can
Oh,
only
wow.
buy one. You cannot each
Yeah.
buy one.
Yeah.
So keep
Oh,
that in
that's
mind
true.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have
Yeah.
to make sure that at least one of us has it. Otherwise.
Oh wow.
So we have to play a little bit
Oh,
smarter
wow.
now. That means
Oh yeah. You got it. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tom, when we got up to the final boss, we both had like, I would say between like 65 and like 80% of our health.
Sure.
Like, and we didn't even go down against the near final boss. Like, we just wiped him out. So when we got
Yeah.
fucking team wiped, I mean, I was,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
That I would
Yeah.
say that is probably the first time that I was like pretty annoyed with this game. But it's
Sure.
fine. I otherwise love it. We're near the end of the game at this point. We are
That
now
kinda
in the process of
sucks.
just unlocking everything, like
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
agree,
kinda-
Alex, but
That kind of sucks.
they should have just hinted at it in a way, right? They should have just done a
Yeah.
thing that was like, there must be trinkets that have us pick up more money. We're probably going to need to do those, Alex.
Probably.
Oh,
yeah.
That's probably
yeah,
what we need
there's-
to do.
there's-
We need to do
there's-
the money trinkets.
There's one where have you the boat woman, the captain of the ship.
Yeah,
What
we
about
haven't
her?
bought her yet.
Okay.
We've never had
okay.
enough cash.
But you've fought her.
Oh, we've kicked
Yeah.
her ass.
Yeah. Because you can get a lot of gold there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
But
that's,
that's
if
random.
you get anything. Yeah.
You don't know if
Yes.
you can't get it every
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
In fact, I think we've gotten that the least. Most of the time we get the stupid singer or then we get like the mast. This last time we had nothing. We didn't have any of them.
Also, are you like buying stuff every time you shop?
We usually
Yeah.
are, but we're going to have to
Yeah.
not.
I guess we're gonna have to not.
we just kind of stopped
Yeah.
doing that, and we're
Yeah, we're gonna
picky
have to
about
not.
what we would buy, and then
Yeah.
you have plenty, and then you can buy that, and you can buy the other stuff he said. Like I think on the very final run we did, we bought everything from that guy, and everything he sells is pretty
Interesting.
expensive.
Yeah. I know that there's like things that will boost how much money you're picking up. We've never bothered like the ones that you can buy at the home base, like before you start the run. So we'll just have to do that. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, I otherwise really, really enjoy this game. It's a beautiful game to play. We're gonna start playing with the other two characters because we have to like finish unlocking their stuff. We have to.
Mhm.
I do like. I'd say it's pretty competent at making sure it unlocks everything correctly for co-op. We've had a couple minor issues with that, with like getting some things to like trigger or pop in co-op, because it's like, oh, well, you both weren't the character that you needed to be, so it doesn't work at all or something like. But it is nice that when Alex beat it with one character and I beat it with the other, it counts it as both of us completing it with that character, and we both don't need to do the thing 4 times. So that's good. I really like it otherwise.
This is a game that I really like a lot, and I'm like, ooh, Absolum 2.
Yeah, dude.
That shit is gonna be fire.
Absolutely. 100%.
It's a great game. We're having a lot of fun.
Or even this one, if they just decide to do like DLC content.
No. You know what? I am done with the whole keep the games going. Make a game, move on. Sure. Right? That's what they used to do.
I don't mind DLC. We used to get some DLC, right? Like here's another character, or here's a
fine.
Because Alex, if they could just throw in new characters, because then they can fund the next game, right? Like sort of a thing.
Yeah, but
like,
all I'm saying
games done
is
well.
like games
done very well.
Yeah, okay, fine. But at the same time, right? I'm I'm over this like 10-year plan of certain game. Like no more 10-year plan.
If your game's good enough,
DLCs,
fine.
I mean, I don't even know if it's even good enough. You got to do another game. That's it. Shut it down.
Yeah, but at the same time, Alex, if they never stopped making new levels for Halo 3, you'd still just be playing it. You know what I mean?
No, I would have moved on. They did Halo 3, they did Halo Reach, they did Halo 4, they did Halo. I liked Halo 5. I thought Halo 5 was good.
Yeah. Yeah, the multiplayer was pretty good too. Okay. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun today. The one other thing I would say about it is the runs are a little long. Just in the fact that like Alex and I really both kind of like we did one. And, you know, we usually only have an hour. Sometimes maybe we're lucky we have like an hour and a half, like during like we can carve out to like play games together, like on the days Alex is home, which is also harder now with Penny at the age she's at, because she is just climbing on everything and needs to. So it's there's a lot of like I had to pause the game for 5 minutes, go deal with baby, and then, you know, put on Miss Rachel and then go back to it. But we did 2 runs today, and Alex and I at the end of it were both like, all right, we have to go back to work, because it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes to do 2 fucking runs in that game.
2 hours 45?
Yeah, a run sometimes takes like over an hour, dude.
Yeah, sometimes it does take like an hour.
And partially because like I had to like pause a handful of times. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm thinking toward the end where I had like we didn't get to Absolum. I think you guys just got to Absolum faster. So like by the time we were fighting him, we didn't have like a lot of side. Like I don't think we had any side missions. Like,
we pretty much get to the end every time. So that makes our runs take forever. You know?
we took a while to get to Azra. Like you guys got to Azra long before we ever did.
Yeah, we got to Azra on our like 9th or 10th run.
Yeah. We definitely got through some more runs, and I was very focused because I knew that like it just took Brooke some getting up to speed. With,
it's not
with how it played.
at the high end. Like if you don't have a really good build, the game is hard. Like you start going down fast if you do not have the right build.
I think also there might have been some like I think there's patches and some differences between like the version you guys are playing versus what we were playing.
Yeah, there's like corruption and stuff now. There's like a bunch of stuff that they've added to it, which is actually I really liked when we did the corruption, Alex. I thought that was like fun, because when you do fight the corrupted forces, they're way harder, so they can like put your ass down fast. But you get a lot more upgrades a lot faster, which was sick. To get like we ended up with like 4 rituals early on.
There's
when we would have had one.
There's that one thing that makes all of the enemies the red outline harder. We turned that on one time, and I was like, we're never fucking doing that again.
Yeah, it kicks the shit out of you. Kicks the shit out of you. So I think Alex is going to play as, what is it, Cinder? Is that what the name is? The marionette. Cider. And I'm going to do the frog.
Cider,
So I think we're going to do that next. Any other thoughts on Absolum, Tuna?
No. Great game.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
It's a great game. I don't want to spend too much time on it because there's a lot of like game news stuff I want to talk about. I played a lot of Steam Next Fest games. I put together a list of all of my favorites that I think are worth bringing up. I'm going to speed run through them so it won't take forever. But I think I've highlighted a lot of really good games that I played. There's a handful that I still haven't played. I believe all the ones I listed to you, Tom, that I wanted you to download, the demos are still active. So I would love maybe this weekend, if you can find like an hour or two to like try those out, because they're multiplayer only. But this, I'm hoping this will also help convince Alex that he's got to get a Steam Deck or
It's
not available.
When they're in stock.
I know,
Or
a Steam machine. Yeah, but you can buy a used Steam Deck, which might actually be like the best way to do it.
They might be upcharging for those things.
Not an LCD one.
Sure, you could get an LCD one. Well, those they've literally stopped making. So
that's what I'm saying. It's
might be worth.
I don't know. Either way, Alex needs to get a Steam Deck or Steam machine because, and I will show him. But I just got to say, the Traitors US ended last week, and they finally figured out how to make a good season of the Traitors with
finale
with like all the annoying personalities that are on it. It was
they just need. I just think they need to
it.
stop casting housewives. That's just my opinion.
I mean, look, the UK Celebrity Edition, the kind of people they cast was way better because they had actual celebrities, they had like actual actors, they had it was so much more diverse.
UK version,
the US one is
the US version is just what do our NBC how can we shoehorn some
how many Bravo people can we put on here?
Yeah, how many Bravo Bravo people can we sneak in?
Yeah. Which is good look, that's their audience, I guess.
This was probably I think this it started out really shaky because the people who left early game, I was kind of like, fuck, I really like those people. Yeah. And then this surprise sleeper traitor like just completely saved this show.
Yeah.
And then
one of the best performances I've ever seen in a reality competition show.
He was amazing. And also I really enjoyed Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski's relationship. And on them on screen, I just found them really fun to watch. I really like them. And just the way that this final round table, whatever, elimination went was just...
It was great.
It was so good. I don't even know how they're going to top this, but it was good. Really good. Good shit.
There's that. There's a lot of other... fucking Scrubs is back, and man, they nailed it. It feels just like it. It's great. I love it. I loved Scrubs. I only have one problem with it, which is the actual like finale of Scrubs, which was season 8.
The scrubbing is not realistic.
The scrubbing is not realistic, but the actual finale of Scrubs was season 8. Season 9, they tried to do Scrubs like University, and it was like they treated it as a reboot, and it was partially because it was like ABC was like, we're going to pick up Scrubs. We're going to do a final season, and then we're going to try and do a sort of soft reboot. And the thing they did, they were like, the hospital got knocked down to build a university hospital. And now the new cast is all like young med students. And like the old cast, some of them are teaching here and some might pop in from, they tried to sort of reset the show. Yeah. Did not work. Failed totally. There were some funny bits, but did not work.
When House did that, I can't it worked. I can't believe that it actually worked.
The TV show?
House the TV show. Spoilers. House the TV show had House.
Yeah.
And then had his 3 doctors that were under him that kind of helped him. And they were on for 3 seasons.
Yep.
And then either season 4 or 5, they didn't get rid of those 3 underling doctors. They put them like into side positions, like doing other things while House had a competition.
House had like a fellowship. He had doctors that worked underneath him. Yeah. And then the other doctors went and were like, I'm going to go be an attending here. I'm going to move into the ER. I'm going to, like House had his own department of diagnostics, which isn't a thing that exists anywhere. They made it up for the show. So that was the idea, was these were the doctors under him. So then they made it into a reality competition show on the season.
Right. But not a real reality competition.
No. But it basically was.
He had like 20 candidates that he was saying, I'm only going to pick 3 or something by the end.
Like
and then half the season was them competing for a spot. And then by the end, what's his name from Harold and Kumar go to White Castle got picked.
Yes.
And 13, Olivia, what's her name?
Olivia Munn.
Not
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Wilde.
Yes,
got
Olivia Wilde.
picked, and then 2 other people, and then the show kept going until season 9. But like for me, the show was still the best when it was the original 3 and House in those first.
You're saying this is like when Jason, Zach, and Trini leave the Power Rangers and they replace them with Rocky and Adam.
Yeah,
and
sort of. Yeah.
Aisha.
Were the Power Rangers that got replaced still around?
No, actually, they weren't.
Well, that's the difference.
So they went. So the reason that it's a funny story. So the reason those people left is because the show had gotten really popular, but they were still making it on a shoestring budget. And they were like, hey, like this is the most popular franchise in America right now. We should be getting paid more. And they stuck to their guns, and they were like, well, we're gonna leave the show. Because like you guys
wait a second, I thought that the Power Rangers was used footage from a Japanese show.
All the stuff when their masks are
American stuff is
I know. So they were still getting
what?
So they were still getting Japanese fighting footage.
Correct.
And then so they were saying, well, for the stuff that we're in,
they also shot their own stuff, but yes, they were still but they when they're not morphed, when they're civilians, they were like that was a bad I think that was a bad move on their part. The episode,
because it's not like
they've talked about it since, and they've said like, hey, like we wouldn't have made a different decision, but the cool thing was, so they left to go on they went to go for a United Nations student summit thing, basically this program in fucking Geneva or something. I can't even fucking remember, but it was a peacekeeping retreat. And then so Zordon has to find new fucking Rangers, and he finds Rocky, Aisha, and Adam. The comics, years and years later, in the mid 2010s, they have this new line of comics where it's like an alternate history kind of thing, and they're very good. They're very well written, and it turns out that there are these secret Omega Rangers that show up. You don't know their identities, and then it's revealed that actually Jason, Trini, and Zach's peacekeeping mission was a cover for them to go to this other planet and be Power Rangers on a new planet. And they become the Omega Rangers. And they have these sick-ass suits. And their Zords are sick, too. And it was such a cool retcon. Anyway, I totally understand it. I tried watching. I've never seen Scrubs. It's something I should get around to. House is one where I remember my friend was super into it. And he lent me, the DVD box set. Mm-hmm. And I binged season 1, and I was super into it. And I was like, here, can I, do you have season 2? Can I watch it? And I just remember getting to about the midpoint of season 2. And I was like, I think because I binged it, I was like, oh, every episode is just the same. Every episode just goes,
it follows the same trajectory.
And I know,
patient House says, what's the
problem?
Don't
know what it is.
It's just medical Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, but it's like patient comes in, House says, what's the problem? Person 1 suggests something. House says, put him on this medication. Patient maybe gets better, maybe doesn't. Halfway through, crashes. Redo it again. What does House think? House has an epiphany in the 11th hour. Give the medication to the person. Saved. In some episodes, the patient doesn't live. But in a lot of episodes, they do it and they're fine. And then meanwhile, House has a maybe inappropriate relationship with his boss, and then also talks to his best friend who is a cancer doctor and gives him some advice.
There we go.
That's House.
Yeah,
wow.
It is medical Sherlock Holmes. That's why he's named House instead of Home.
Yeah, and that's why he lives at 224B on Baker. He probably lives on Baker Street, wherever the fuck he lives on.
So the one thing I was going to say really quick,
his companion is Wilson instead of Watson.
At the end of Scrubs season 8, they have this beautiful send off. One of the best series finales I've ever seen. And it shows a sort of possible future. The assumption is this is it was sort of a vignette of things that are going to happen to everyone in the future. And it was really nice.
Sure.
But now you bring the show back, you can't just have everyone happy. You need conflict. And so after 8 seasons of like a will they, won't they, like romance between like, Sour Chalk and Zach Braff's characters, JD and Elliot, they like at the end, they're together, they have a child and everything, right? And now it's like, well, we can't have them be happy on the show. We don't know how to make that funny. So now all this time has passed. They're back at the hospital. Hospital never went away. The whole 9th season never happened. Whole 9th season never occurred.
Yeah.
Zach Braff has come back to the hospital to be the new chief of medicine. He and Elliot they do not talk to each other. They are divorced. They are bitter about their divorce.
Oh my God.
But now they're working together again. So I'm just like, there's a part of me that's like, you couldn't. I mean, this is literally like Bill Lawrence was talking about it. He was like, we just couldn't. Like, he was like, we had to. This is like, that's what the chemistry of the show is. And if we brought it back differently, like, it wouldn't have felt the same. And he's right, because the episodes do it feels exactly like they just stepped back into their roles, like, and it didn't miss a beat. It's like someone said, all right, we're just gonna skip forward in time 20 years, and then the show continues.
Right, nothing's changed.
It's so annoying because it was like, so now I'm like, you might not get enough seasons to wrap this up neatly again. So now everyone might the show might just end with people being unhappy. Like, I'll be very annoyed about that. That being said, I mean, he really crushed it with Ted Lasso. So I have hope that he will get enough time with this to do something good with it. But it was great. If you liked the old Scrubs, I do think you will still like this one. So yeah, there you go. I have game stuff to talk about. Do you have game stuff to talk about, Tom?
I have a little bit of game stuff.
Yeah, let's hear it, because I mean, Marathon is out today. Pokopia is out today. I haven't played Pokopia. I'm not buying Marathon. What do you have?
Well, it is Marathon because I am on deck for capture at work, and fortunately, I have some co-workers who are into it and seem to be.
I'm sure that will make it more fun.
And I was like, because I was like, I had a really tough time with the Server Slam, and that wasn't just like the three of us sentiment. Like, I did those solo matches and was really put off by it. Yeah. And I haven't actually, funnily enough, I haven't actually played with them, but I did play some solo stuff just to wet my beak. And I just played it super, super cautiously.
Okay.
And it's this thing of like, I do think that like this is a genre you just kind of have to vibe with. And like, if you don't vibe with extraction shooting and like you don't see where the fun can be in these tense moments, and the tension is ratcheted up when you're taking like a bit of, if you're just running through and you get shot and like there's no tension there, it's just annoying that you died. But if you have like a really like tense firefight and you're like stalking around and stuff, that does help. So I've played a smidge. I'm not as I was really like, oh, I can't believe I have to fucking play more of this game. That was how I felt after the Server Slam. And now I'm a little bbit like, okay, and focusing on getting, even if you do lose stuff, if you do like the you get a contract done on your run, you usually are rewarded with a bunch of gear and to replace that. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, my first little dipping my toe into the full release, I don't know where it's going to go from here, but I do have to play more. So there we go. But I don't think
Tom is really trying to give this a chance.
We had.
I mean, the internet is.
It would be different if I didn't have to play it. I don't know if I would.
Yeah, the internet's liking it.
But I do think that, like, for the way in which we play a game and the way that we derive fun, I do, because we did play some Helldivers on Sunday, and we had a blast.
We did
with that. We had a real good time. Some like
when
big
you're in
belly
a team,
laughs. You're not going to have that in Marathon, and I think that's
no.
Yeah, had a good time with that.
All right.
I completely forgot how that fucking played though for a minute. I was like, wait, I forgot. We call in the things and we just pull the menu up and do the D-pad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's my gaming. I am playing. I can say I am playing Crimson Desert for review. Review embargo is the 18th. Is also something I can reveal, but I can't talk about that. But that has been my other gaming time. I'm as great as Pokopia seems, just not a game I'm going to be able to divulge time to. Nor is it really a genre that I.
That's interesting though. Wouldn't Brooke be into that? Because also, didn't you like Animal Crossing?
I liked Animal Crossing in the sense that everyone was playing, and granted, everyone's playing Pokopia, it seems. Yeah. So, but like Animal Crossing was a moment because it was right at the cusp of the panini of COVID, right? It was right at the beginning of COVID. We were all into it. Like even Austin, like even Cook was into it, right? And so so that was a different thing, but it was never a game that really sunk its hooks into me. I don't think I played very much of it, especially compared to the hundreds of hours some people put into. And it's funny you mentioned Brooke, because I did bring it up to her. I was like, oh yeah, this is a Pokemon game. She has come to the conclusion that she is like, I don't think I like playing games by myself anymore. Like she enjoys when we play, and like we're playing We're playing Sea of Stars currently and really enjoying our time with that. But she's just like, and it is the time factor. She's like, we play our game and I only, and like, that's the thing that we do together. And then when it's my time, she's like, I'd rather paint. I'd rather, I'd rather do fashion. I'd rather dance. Like, she's like, there's only so many hours in the day and I want to put my efforts I want to put my time into this. And I'm like, I get it. So there are games that are single player that come up that I do recommend her, and I'm like, oh, you would like this, but unless it's something she really liked Stardew, but would she get into that now? I don't know. I don't know.
One thing I saw about Pokopia, which has me very excited, is it uses the game share feature, which means I don't need 2 Switches, so I'll be able to play the game with Therese by just picking up the Switch One.
And you can do it on the Switch One, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I can use our Switch One and pick that up, and boom, we have. If they continue to do that and it works well, like that'll be huge because the next time Animal Crossing comes out, like I'm gonna have to get another Switch.
That is the one thing about that feature. I've heard that it the quality on it running on another device is not great.
That's what I need to see.
But if you can stomach your way through it, it's an awesome feature.
Yeah, I mean, it might be fun for because I think this is going to be a game she's going to play a lot more than I do. So I'm thinking that it's going to be more like her island thing, and I'm going to join in. Is probably how it's going to work. I might get really into it, but she played just countless hours of Viva Pinata too. She loved those games.
Oh yeah,
and she really liked Animal Crossing. So she's going to be into this. I could tell that for sure. Anybody got anything else?
Oh, well, do you want to talk about Survivor?
Yeah, but hold on. I played a little game called Pokemon Fire Red. And all I will say is that this time it just brings back so much nostalgia. It just the way that it looks, the time in my life when this game came out, everything was just there were some problems, but it was a lot better than now. So
that was problems.
But people didn't talk about them. It felt nicer.
It did feel nicer. I like the colors of this game. I love the color of this game. No, by the time this game came out, I was in high school, ready to go to college. But
Pokemon, it came out that late?
Fire Red? I think Fire Red is 2004, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong.
Yeah, you might be right.
Fact check me on that.
Yeah, 2004. Yeah.
There you go. So it's a game. I love the color. I love like the updated everything about it from just Red. And when I look at Pokemon Red, I can't even believe that I played that game. My imagination must have been working overtime when playing Pokemon Red. So, I mean, overtime. Anyway, yeah. If you want to.
Okay.
Move on to Survivor. I'm good with that.
Yeah, should we do Survivor under news, Tom? So we can go over Fantasy Critic and Survivor.
Sure.
Sure.
Well, no, we'll just talk about it now. We'll make it quick because I do have all the Steam
we can make it
games
quick. I only have like a couple things to say, but this season is off to a banger. This season,
we are back, baby.
I was gonna say we are fucking back, and it's like
absolutely.
It's the combination of returning players that has me interested. It has the scheming, it has the plotting, it has like the real good testimonials from like Christian and Genevieve and Aubrey that are like and Devins that are just like
good insight,
so much more better insight than all the fucking new era bullshit we were getting for the last couple seasons. It's a totally different game, man.
Well, I think even the new era people, their confessionals are a lot better too, because these are the best people. Like
of the new
largely,
era.
They're the best people of the new era, sure.
And they've had now the time in the context of being outside of Survivor, finishing a season, coming back. You probably are so much smarter about it.
I gotta say, the coach exchange, the Ozzy, realization that maybe he's not that good at this game, and like being like, I'm not really that good. Like Ozzy saying that, I'm like, wow, you really.
I mean, Ozzy and Suri are the perfect foils for one another because they're both they both excel at one thing and are terrible. They are like the worst players. The other.
And they realize that, and
Suri also being like, I know I'm the worst. Physically, I know I'm the reason why we lost, but I am not going home. Like, I'm not going
it's
home.
Unbelievable.
And
it's not happening.
And her magnet, when people go in the testimonials and they're like, Saria is really, she can really talk, and you see that, right? You can you see that she is able to very easily convince people. Spoilers for the person that left. Like I was shocked by the choice.
Oh,
ultimately.
really?
And I understand that like they were like, she might have an advantage, but like I just thought that like the case for, I mean, maybe they were playing up the Joe drama a bit much to make it feel, but I thought Devins had a great point where he was like, we have to play around him. And then other people were saying it too. Everyone else was like, he kind of is just a huge roadblock for all of us because we just cannot play with Mr. Goody Two Shoes over here. And I was like, Joe, like you're really, and I felt, and I was like, Joe, you're really annoying me now, man. But like, yeah, I was so bummed with Savannah leaving because I thought I was like, damn, she is a good player.
Well, I don't know. Something that I read online really quick, whether true or not, I don't know 100% sure, but it was like Savannah and Rizzo didn't have time to scheme to pregame.
Sure.
Right? All these other players did.
Super fresh.
Like they went fresh. Yeah. They went fresh 2 weeks in, boom, they're right in. Whereas a bunch of these other people kind of, and plus she did reveal, she's a winner.
Yes.
They're like,
all the winners are
she's a winner. She is a winner who they also haven't seen her game. Right. So they don't know how good.
But also, dude, she had her biggest weakness was her social game. Even last season, she stayed in because she was such a threat, right? And she was she made friends with Rizzo, and like Rizzo, people's really. He's really likable. Like he seems like he's annoying, but that's because you get the confessionals. He's not on the beach calling himself Rizgod. He doesn't do that around people. He only did that with Jeff when his torch got snuffed. But otherwise, he doesn't say it in front of the other cast members. He says that during his confessionals. When he's on the beach, he's playing like cool cucumber.
Funny. Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny that Coach was like, he didn't like Rizzo. Then Rizzo grew on him. Then he's complaining again about how
Colby,
not Coach. Yeah, Colby. Sorry, Colby was like, he didn't like him. Then he grew on him. And then he's like, these people don't fucking work around camp. Get the fuck up. Like,
there was, oh my God, hang on. We have to talk about the moment where me and Brooke doubled over. We were just.
With Christian?
Oh my, well, not the shitting of the pants. That was great.
I mean,
the shitting of the pants was
the
shitting of the pants was so funny.
The Christian moment that had us like me gasping for air was the shot of him talking to Joe. And the shot is just on Joe. Joe's lying in the hammock.
Oh my God, it was so weird.
It was just Joe lying in the hammock. And he's talking to someone off camera. And you don't know who it is. You can't see them because it's just a tight shot on Joe. And Joe's got his arms kind of behind his head like he's lying back. And he's looking over to his right. And then it cuts to who it is. And specifically... where they are positioned. And it is Christian, who, if you haven't seen the show, is kind of like a bug-eyed looking dude. He's kind of a weird looking. I love Christian. He's great.
Mike White called him on the first episode that he played, right? Mike White and him were on the same season together.
Yeah.
And Mike White takes one look at him. They had not talked to each other, right? Like they are on the boat. They're not even on the same tribe. And Jeff's kind of like, everyone's sizing each other up. It's the intro. And Mike White calls him Big Bang Theory. Like he like Mike White clocked him. Like, dude, he just read that man.
Mike White is so fucking funny on the show. I forget what he said about Coach when Coach had the cramp, but he said like he was like a bug in the pool, you know, because he would have floated. I thought it was so funny. But anyway, so Joe's lying in the hammock, and the shot is on Joe for so long, and Joe is just talking to this other person, and it cuts the other person, and it's Christian perched under him, inches away, like through the lining of the hammock, through the.
It looked like a confessional shot in like a church.
He was just squatting under him.
It looked like he sniffed his armpit.
Yes, he was so close to him, and his eyes are massive. Peeking through the
it is so weird.
It is so fucking funny. And what made it funnier is Joe didn't seem. I mean, obviously, like they can shoot it in a way that compress, right? If you shoot it on like a telephoto, right? It's compressing the space between them. I'm sure it wasn't as awkward.
But there was a shot of Savannah sitting,
and they knew it looked so awkward because they did the cut, and then and then Christian like. They continue the conversation, and Christian is kind of just hanging over him, and he's rocking the hammock, and you have this like slow pan down of the camera to Christian's face to him rocking Joe, and it's just these subtle things, and I'm like, the production on this show is so good.
Yeah,
it was. I mean, when he shit his pants too, when Joe, it was Joe funny. Again, and it was Joe was like, "You're right, Christian," in his eyes, and the way he just stood still, and I'm like,
it's like, I'll let you know in a moment.
Yeah.
And then the camera's following him, and he's like, "You don't want to see it. Like, please go away."
Yeah.
And then Emily walks by. Oh man. No,
real quick,
great episode. Great episode.
Tribal Council. So Tom is in first place with 105 points.
First. That's never happened.
Tom is in first place with 105 points. Touchy Admir is in second. He posted that his login wasn't working. I think there might have been issues with the website. If you're having that issue, try refreshing or using another browser. It's working now. Like I was able to get in. Slater was able to get a note, but for a moment. He's in second, 1 point behind you. Boston Robbed in third. So Tuna and Tom are in first and third right now. And last place is Steve's Boys. I'm right in the middle at sixth. 77 points. Only 30 points replacing first and last. We are getting a tribe merge.
I love
you have
we're getting a tribe swap
team this week. You're going to want to move your bench around, but next week you'll be able to repick after the next episode.
After the swap. Yeah, Chris, I drafted Chrissy because I thought that she would be good, but they already set
the blonde woman, Mommin.
But they're already setting her up for a annoying mom vote out. They're already setting her up for it. So
which is good because I thought Charlie was maybe on the outside in that tribe, but I think he might be second or third from the outside.
I think
of that tribe.
She's definitely on the outside. I thought because she went far in her season, so I thought she'd be scheming and be good. But if she's just gonna be annoying, then forget it. See ya, dropping you like a bad.
She's also one of those She's also one of the people who I feel like we haven't really.
But they focused in on she's annoying,
right?
So I feel like,
and then there's that Angela woman who is like lazy or whatever. Q.
Yeah, I feel like
I love Q. What an unhinged! He just is going to get more unhinged as the season goes.
He's going to spiral. I think when we get to the merge, I think he's going to spiral. That's when he's going to. The tribe swap. The tribe swap. I'm very happy about because one of my favorite players, Aubrey, is like really like not in a good position in her tribe, even though she did just get that idol, which I was excited about. I'm like, she is on the outs, and that weird cut of her in the first episode between her and Genevieve, I'm like, they're setting up some kind of like weird showdown between these two people. Like she used to always be like kind of a likable person, and this season, like they're editing her like she's going to be a villain this season, which is weird.
There was a shot. I mean, she explained, she's like, look, like you have to manage your energy expenditure, and if you don't do that properly, like you can burn out real quick. And like I've done that on past seasons, and there's just like this again amazing. Just they know the shots to pick. The coverage they have is incredible. They just have this shot, and Brooke turns to me. She's like, "What did they? Why?" Like, she's like, they're making this like very awkward." And I'm like, I know. Like, I think they have to get across with a very limited amount of time, especially with this season there being so many people playing, right? Like, they have to quickly get across like what people are experiencing across days and days.
I feel like based on their edit, she's about to go full Joker on this season. They're making her look like a villain.
I also appreciate a breakdown when she got the idol. She was like, "Oh my god."
I also appreciate Devins and Christian doing a little
the plant.
The plant of the idol, and like
that was Christian's best moment. That was Christian's best moment when he does the fall and he turns to them and he's like, "I meant to do that." And I was like, a triple on top. You know what I mean? Yes, you did. Oh my god!
And then he was so nervous about it that he couldn't figure out where to walk, because that was not fit. When everyone was like, "It's this way," like they were like, "It's this way, Christian, this way," and he was just like, "Oh," because he was so nervous.
Suri was annoyed too. She was like, "I'll go first." And then what's funny, and like Devins looks at the camera in a rare breaking the fourth wall moment in Survivor. They usually don't show when people look
I would
at the
have
camera,
so
but
much
Devins
trouble not doing that.
Devins looked at the camera and smiled. I was like, we are back. This is it, man.
I loved that too when he was like, you know, he was happy that Christian found the idol, but he's like, "I'm the idol guy, so I need to do something." And I was like, you know what? That's actually a pretty good fucking plan.
It is a good plan.
As opposed to like make a fake idol and all this. Like, no, plant something at tribal and then pretend you go up to get.
Fucking falls over. I mean, come on.
It was so good. It was so good. It was such easily.
And Christian just shit his pants too. So they're like, "Yeah, of course Christian would fucking fall at tribal."
It was
perfect. It's a mess.
It was perfect. He knew that they would buy it. Like, he knew that no one would think it was weird that he like slipped as he went to go get his thing.
Oh man, what a fucking season! It's only two episodes.
I know it is only two episodes, but these two episodes are better than some entire fucking seasons that we've had.
Yeah,
agreed.
Oh,
agreed. All right, so I played a lot of Steam games. I'm gonna share them with you now. Okay. These are only games that I think are worth talking about that I played. I probably played quite a few more. I don't know. I downloaded like 50 demos. I didn't get to all of them. And then there's those multiplayer games I want to check out with you, Tom. So I'm going to share this screen. There's so many games we got to play here. Vampire Crawlers. You've heard about it. You know it. I don't need to spend more than 5 seconds on it. Yeah, we've talked about it, but I haven't played the demo. This is Steam Next Fest. They had... Steam Next Fest was really hard to parse this year because there were like 4,000 games apparently available. Usually it's like 400 or like even like upwards close to 1,000. Having this many made it like difficult to find. So I like late at night when I was like tired, but like, you know, wasn't getting off the couch, I would just go on the page and just swipe through games and then add them to my library if they look good or not. So I was able to find quite a few. But Vampire Crawlers, honestly, if you liked Vampire Survivors, you were going to like this just as much. It is essentially a very similar feeling game, even though the gameplay is completely different because it is a card dungeon battler game. It is not. Yeah, it is a very different game, and yet somehow, because of the roguelike, we got to stop calling it that, because now fucking we have Balatro likes. It's like they're run-based games. Because it's a run-based game, you know, it's like it's a roguelike Balatro. It still feels the same. And obviously it's because the art is the same. They have a lot of the same weapons, they have the same upgrades and powers, but it's just reimagined. It's still like, I felt kind of the same way I did when I played Vampire Survivors, even though the success of Vampire Survivors
and the actual game itself is I can't believe that it's like a hit, and I love it. It's a game that like, it's one of those games that like kind of when you go to like a museum of art and you look at a painting and you're like, I could have fucking done that. Like Vampire Survivors is like, I could have fucking made that. Like, what
but
the
you
fuck?
didn't. That's the point.
I didn't. Right? I know, and that's the whole point.
Because it is, if I had to call it a genre, right, other than the fact that it's run-based or a roguelike, the actual genre, Vampire Survivors, was probably almost kind of like a bullet hell, which it was never never really like the most like a super popular like that was kind of more like back in the Galaga days.
You'd
like
have a few
like
breakout bullet hell hits like Enter the Gungeon and stuff,
Yeah.
but it was never a.
No.
You do not often get any entries in that genre.
No, you don't. So that being said, there are two games that were clearly inspired by Vampire Survivors, so I put them next. And I really like the way that they built on what Vampire Survivors did. So I'm going to show these off. Wanderburg, this was my favorite of the two, so I'll spend a little bit more time on this. Dude, you play as a fucking castle on wheels. This just like mechanical, like fucking... It's a really cool idea. Everything is just castles and silos and grain silos and
big
just
castle
huge,
in the sky energy.
Yeah, huge war machines.
Castles. Fuck yeah.
As you play, like you will upgrade your castle. There are both passive and active upgrades that you can get. Yeah, I mean, very like steampunky in a way, but not like brass steampunk. This is like medieval steampunk. It's cool. It's very, very cool. I played the fuck out of this. Honestly, my biggest complaint about this game was that the demo only had the first stage. So I played that first stage like 5 times because it was so much fun. Some of the on the stages too, there are like swarms and stuff, Tom, but there are these like ultimate, I don't know what they call them. They probably are just, but I would call them like, they're like the boss of the level, and they are massive, these castles that just start coming out and they will start coming after you, and you have to just fucking, they have like a huge grinder on the front, so they'll just fucking suck your castle in if you don't just like get around them. It's really cool game.
Yeah, it looks sweet.
The other one that I played.
Oh, that's cool. At the top it said this was one of the most played demos on the previous screen. Yeah,
there you go.
That's cool.
This one is Everything is Crab. You know how like in evolution, a lot of things turn into crab-like shapes? Because there are a lot of crab-like creatures in the world, like physically, if you look at them, but a lot of them don't like come from different lineages. Like they don't actually share it. It's a whole thing. If you're not aware of this fact, in the animal kingdom, crabs are like a genre. Like if you were to go to the way a crab looks. So in this, you are a little creature, and as you get your upgrades, you evolve. So like you will pick different like speed. Like I got a beak, and then I got claws, and so your little monster will evolve and upgrade. And it is a little Vampire Survivory, but it's actually more active. You are like using the attacks. There's some passive attacks, but they are like ranged. So I did enjoy it a lot. Visually, you can tell though, like this is very lo-fi. This is very like Vampire Survivors like visuals. They are not high end like Wanderburg was.
It's got a little bit more like. I feel like Vampire Survivors. Like I sometimes was like, what the fuck am I even looking at?
Yes, and in this, because your attacks are much more like active and they are a lot more close range. It's not a bullet hell in the same way, but it does otherwise play like it, the way you would imagine Vampire Survivors does, the way you upgrade your character. Like, look, I've got like fucking antlers and a snail like shell for protection on my guy. But you have to go up to the guys, and you kill the animal and you eat it. When you eat the animal, you can absorb the animal parts into your body. So that's the idea here. This was fun, but because it'll probably be pretty cheap, there's a good chance I'm going to get it. I did add this one to everything I'm showing here. I put on my wish list. So this is my Steam Next Fest wish list. I'm much more excited for Wanderburg, but this might be more your speed. Okay, talking about puzzle game, Alex, this is one of the most beautiful video games I've ever seen. These just look at these, like cardboard, hand painted, like everything looks like cut out. It has that sort of very shallow depth of field to it. It is a narrative driven puzzle game where you are in a dystopian society that is using musical tones to like control its citizens, but for whatever reason, it doesn't work on you. And so because you're immune to it, you are tasked with kind of undermining the authoritarian society and overthrowing it. And like you have to solve puzzles within this world. It's an actual like hand painted 3D world. This is becoming much more popular. There was a platformer that did this where the guy hand painted everything there. There was
I think that's
those
still yet to come
claymation
out.
games.
I think that game still hasn't come out.
The one that's
you're
like
referencing.
organic,
Hand-painting, yeah.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Okay, I've seen so many clips of it. I just assumed it was out at this point, but that makes sense. That's why I haven't played it then.
But that was that one Harold Halibut that came out.
That's the one I was just thinking. That's the claymation one.
The claymation one. Yeah. This is sick.
But this is
does look really cool.
Just God, it's one of the greatest. The puzzles that I played were more like geometric and simple. They weren't like too difficult, but it's also the demo and it's at the beginning. So
not to knock regular game dev, but like just to see like people like physically fucking making things.
It's amazing, dude.
It's so refreshing.
It's amazing. So
very cool.
This, especially if you're someone who really like loves visual novelty, you're like, great, something I feel like I've never seen before in a video game. This is up there with it. This kind of gave me the same way that what was that one where everything looked hand drawn that we played a few years ago about like the guy at the Abbey. At the Abbey.
Oh yeah, what was that called?
Fucking began with a P.
It did give me the Pentiment.
Pentiment, yeah. It kind of gave me that vibe, but like much more high fidelity than Pentiment.
Like,
yeah,
if you had actually
and like actually 3D too.
Yeah, very cool.
Very cool. This game I got to do a trial run. I went to their Discord. This is probably what I'll have to do, like unless Tom and I can get some time together for those other multiplayer games. A lot of them have Discord, so you could like people are looking for people to play with. Dude, I loved Keep Talking Nobody Explodes.
Yep.
This is that, but on a they've elevated it because you're flying a plane and shit's going wrong, and the person at air traffic control has to help you land the plane and fix all the problems on the plane. But the air traffic controller, it's not just like a printout manual. You're also playing, like you have to like go through. So the fact that now both people are doing more of a video game, I think that's actually better. And because planes have so many different controls with different kinds of knobs and meters, and it actually really lends itself well to this. So I mean, this is we gotta get you on Steam, Tuna. This is a game that we gotta be playing. Tom, this is a game we should be playing on this podcast. You know, like this looks like so much fun. Okay. Australia did it. This is a tactics game. And after being disappointed by Mugenics control scheme, and honestly, I actually started finding the game felt like kind of slow after a while. This made me really excited to find. You are on a convoy, right? Like, and whenever the convoy stops, because you'll have these active portions of it as well, where the convoy is like on the move and you have to survive. But whenever the convoy is stopped, you do these tactics rounds where you are essentially on the outside of the convoy, like the train and so everything and you're on this almost like conveyor belt, like around the outside where you have to defend. But I do like it has a little bit of like Into the Breach in that like you know where they're going, like you know how much everyone can move. It's not exactly like you don't know where their moves are and who they're going to attack for sure, but every character, like this character can only shoot forward this far. So there is a similar sense of strategy. It's not just a straight tactics game. And there are things like, oh, if you have two of the same guy, you can put them on top of each other and you can level them up. And now you have one guy, but he's twice as strong, which might be more beneficial. And you can get really interesting creations by mixing people. Like you could take, you know, this lady who's clearly looks like she's supposed to be from Fallout and she has like the ray gun, and you could like mix him with that guy. And if you put her on top of him, it'll look like him, but it'll have her gun. So like you get his perk, but her weapon. So there are like combos that you make with.
Oh, this is a Rami Ismail game. Oh, very cool. Yes. You know what? I was like, this is a familiar title. I've seen him post about it on Blue Sky. Very cool. Looks cool. Cool looking
Schrodinger's cat. Platformer.
Cool.
Puzzle.
A straight
puzzle platformer. It's very straightforward. The cool thing is you can both be the cat that does and doesn't exist at the same time. I know that doesn't really work because that cat obviously does exist. But the idea is you can split into two, a sort of like quantum cat, because of, you know, Schrodinger's.
Right. Yep. Very good.
And with that, you can do a lot of really cool platforming segments. This game, I will say on my Steam Deck while I was playing handheld, I'm probably gonna have to turn the frame limiter on. I'm probably gonna have to like drop to 30 frames, or just put it on the deck, like, or just dock it at least, and then I'll get, you know, it wasn't bad, but I did notice like maybe I don't know, maybe it's the lighting in the game, but it did seem to like my Steam Deck got loud.
It's an indie game with it's an indie game with 3D assets. Once you introduce like 3D assets like this, and you have like a small team, like the amount of refinement it takes to make that run well on a low powered machine is tough.
It wasn't bad either, so it might just need refinement. It might even just be that it's the demo version. But my Steam Deck started getting hot fast, and I noticed some frame dips. And this was one of the only ones that I really liked that I noticed that with. Like Wanderburg was all 3D with the castles, and it's like a bit of a bullet hell. And I didn't have any problem with that. That ran like really smooth.
But that didn't seem to have like different camera angles.
No,
it fixed like it's 3D assets is very different.
This is doing a lot more. This also has, I think, more lighting and like effects in it. So, but it's a really cool game. Now I'm going to get into the Balatro likes. There were so fucking many of these games. And yet the thing is, because the core thing that you're playing is not poker, it works. I think this works endlessly. This is just a genre now. It's like just a modified run-based game, and you could take any kind of tabletop game and turn it into it. My absolute far and away favorite, this is honestly one of my most anticipated video games of the year right now, is Gambonanza, and it is chess Balatro, and it is so fucking good.
It's crazy how much they can just do the same art style. Like, I mean, it is different, but like that one screen, the inventory screen, I'm like, it's wild.
Yeah.
Like the font choice looks the same. It's crazy.
And yet it works great.
It does.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Chess Balatro makes perfect sense. Again, this was one of the most played demos of the Steam Next Fest. It says it's welcome.
This is also going to be on iOS, and I do think and Mac. I think that this will be a really good mobile game. Because that iPad was my favorite place to play Balatro. So you'll be able to play this Tuna. One of the really awesome things about this is, so this actually, out of everything that I played, reminded me the most of Into the Breach, because you know what all the like unit movements do because it's chess. But when the round starts, it gives you a small chessboard like this. It's always this little chessboard that you're playing on, and you can modify it. You can get like pieces that will change things that you can place, but you're still always playing chess. You have your set pieces from the start. You have like a pool of pieces you can add, but that's it. The goal is you just have to take them out. And if you don't take them out in enough turns, the board starts breaking apart the same way it does in Into the Breach, and tiles will start dropping away. And if your piece is on those tiles as well, like so it is quick, because after 5 turns, the board just starts collapsing on you. And that's a very similar thing that happens with Into the Breach. Like the areas just get swarmed and then start breaking down. Like you have to finish it before you die in that game. I far and away the best one that I played. There's 2 others though that not all of these I think are on my I probably did add them all on my wish list because that's where I got this from. Insider trading.
It just keeps. I keep expecting the amount of tabs to
lessen. I know.
It keeps adding.
But there's so many of these. I'm about to just dump through these. Insider trading, I would say, is my number 2. This is a stock trading Balatro. This is you're doing stocks, but you're getting tips. You got insider trades.
Nancy Pelosi.
It's fun. It's fun. This is a fun, just straight money game. I'm going to tell you the next one, same thing. These were my top 3. This one's called Ultra Pool. There's two pool Balatro likes. This is by far the better one.
Unbelievable.
But you end up getting different balls. The different balls have different modifiers, and then you can modify the cups that you hit the balls into, and then they get multipliers, and it's great. And you know what? Ball Pit, Ball X Pit, I thought was a really cool game. The problem for that game for me and why I never got my teeth into it the way I did with Balatro is because it's really active. That's a game you really have to play the whole time. It is not, and I really liked Balatro. Like I can open that thing up and I can play while the TV's on. I can put it down. This is like the best of both worlds because you're just hitting the ball. Like it is, so it still has that turn-based experience of like, you don't have to completely focus on it the whole time. You can like take breaks. It's not an active game. So it was like a relaxing game still to play. Whereas Ball Pit was never relaxing. Ball Pit would get like intense while you played that game. So this was, I'd say these two, the Ultra Pool and Insider Trading, were very good. Gambonanza was like literally is definitely like in my top 5 games that I'm waiting for to come out now this year. The rest of these, I'm just going to tell you what they are. Do you want Balatro, but Mancala?
But what?
Mancala.
You don't know Mancala?
No, I'm not familiar with that one.
It's like a board game. You know, it's if you ever had Spyglass board games on the Xbox 360, it was like you have chess, you have checkers, you have Mancala. You put, it's like you would be the purple beads here, and I would be like the red beads. And when you drop beads into a cup, it's all about getting all your beads into the cups first, right? Is that how it works? Or is it about getting all the other person's beads, Alex? When we play like normal Mancala.
I'm trying to remember. I think you did want all the beat. I think you wanted them all.
But this one is like, I kind of just brought these onto the list because I thought it was insane how many of these there were. This one's not on my wish list. This one I didn't actually even play this one. I just added it to my thing because I was like, how many of these fucking things are there? This one I did play and I actually liked a lot. Beyond Words. Do you want Scrabble Balatro?
Oh my God.
Scrabble Balatro is great. You can upgrade your tiles. You can get combos on your tiles. There you can put new spaces down. You can block things off. It is part strategy.
Wait, who
part
is this? The guy
roguelike,
that
part
does
modifier.
What's the developer? Is this the guy that does oh no, it's not. Never mind.
No, I don't know who this is. Mind Fuel Games?
No. Nope, never mind.
Yeah. And then the last one is Coin Pusher. Raccoon Coin Pusher. You know those Coin Pusher arcade like things that like that's all it's with. There's so many of these. It's become its own genre. There were a ton more while I was scrolling through Steam Next Fest. I didn't even download those demos. These are ones I at least like got the demo for, but some of them I didn't even touch the Mancala one because I was like, I don't actually need to this. This is neat, but to me, this is like, I think if you mostly get off on getting the combos and watching the number get up, then you would like this. But otherwise, there's not enough strategy there. Okay, we're nearing the end here. There were 2 awesome Metroidvanias, which I'm very excited about. Replaced, which I did have in my fantasy league, and now I think I might I dropped, and maybe I'll get them back because now I played the demo and I'm like, oh fuck, it's really good. Visually, this game is the promise that the Last Night game that was a trailer for the Xbox One and never came out. Like visually, the lighting in this pixel art sort of cyberpunk world, it is just phenomenal.
Good.
The combat is really good. It is much less of a platformer, though. I'd say it's more of Castlevania than Metroid. It is not really like movement based. It is much more like of a kind of a beat 'em up fighting style as well. Like you have like kind of a limited number of things you can do. You have like a gun that its bullets will respawn if you get enough hits on your combo. You can get the meter up and but it is mostly like a brawler. I'm sure there's more stuff you'll unlock.
Is this demo like 20 minutes? Is it the opening? Because I played.
It is just the opening level.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the same. Yeah. This demo has, and it's coming out in April. I remember they pushed it back a month because it was originally slated for March. I actually played this as well. This demo came out weeks before Next Fest started, so I actually did play it. I thought I had a little bit, there was like a readability issue I had on like some of the things of like, it needed me to like stop in front of something and bring up a prompt.
I had that problem too once or twice. Yeah, I also had that problem once or
twice. We'll see. It's one of those where I was like, I'm not floored by this demo. I mean, it looks very cool.
Yeah.
And it plays it. I like the mechanic, the kind of combat, the taste of the combat that I got. So I'm excited to see more of this for sure.
Yeah, I have this on my wish list. I can see this. It is one of those things where I'm like, when the full impressions come out, it'll be easier to determine how I feel about this. But I liked that first stage enough that I think I would probably want to play through this whole thing. It is also though, and like if I find out this is like over 20 hours, I'm not.
Oh no!
You know, like I want this to be an 8-hour game. I want this to be like an 8-hour game.
Yeah. Yeah, because everything that it is showing beyond that opening section, I'm like, oh, this looks really cool. Like,
yeah,
it looks like there's a ton of really good stuff in it.
Yeah.
So excited for that one.
It's a tough thing to square, right? Like if you make your signposting too obvious, then you really take away from the atmosphere. And this game is mostly like this game is a lot atmosphere. So I forgot that I did have that though. I remember being like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do, and then I realized like, oh, I can push this thing. Like it didn't trigger that I could like press a button unless I was standing in the exact right spot.
Because you go up to it and like based on the other stuff that you've been doing, you clamber onto it.
Yeah.
And onto the box. And so when you clamber on, it doesn't give you the prompt. You have to walk past in front of it for it to bring up the prompt that you can move it. And I was just kept clambering on.
That was the other thing too. Because I thought maybe I can push this, so I got behind it.
No,
because you don't usually pull from the front, right? Yeah,
by the side. I think it's like he's grabbing onto the side. Yeah, it's so we'll see. It was just something I was like, oh, not.
No, you're right.
Not a
you're
great.
Right. I also felt like the mobility was like decent, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was, so like this seems like one of those things that might be really good, but it might be its own thing. It might also like I feel like this is going to be one of those 8 out of 10s. You know, I feel like it's a solid, good game, but it's probably not going to blow you away. But visually, man, it is one of the coolest games I've seen in a while. Little Nemo and the Guardians of Slumberland. I loved the Little Nemo game on the NES. I think Little Nemo is like actually like a really crazy, cool story. Nemo goes into Dreamland, and this is Little Nemo as a like Captain.
I don't know
Nemo.
Little Nemo. I don't know this game.
You should watch the old movie.
Not familiar with this IP.
But you know what?
I'm really not familiar with this IP.
Virtual console. You should check it out.
Not familiar with this IP
because it's good. I'm very interested in this because I have an attachment to the IP.
To Little Nemos.
So,
okay, next
platformer, Eternal Life of Goldman, another visual feast game. I played
Eternal Life of Goldman.
I played 2 platformers that I almost feel the opposite about, which is interesting. Again, just visually, we are living in a golden age of visuals right now when it comes to different art styles. Like we have gotten to the point where we have these indie games that are or not even indie games, because this is THQ Nordic publishing this too, but I don't know how big or small this team is.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. But man, like just
HighGuard
looks like
an
a
indie
storybook, dude.
Except for the millions of dollars that Tencent gave him.
Looks like a storybook.
Welcome.
It's very
animation is great. All the layering is great. Like a lot of the characters also feel very inspired by Studio Ghibli. Yep. So the only thing I'll say about this is the movement wasn't like my favorite. It wasn't like a kinetic platformer. I didn't feel like it was a kind of thing where I was like building up a lot of momentum, and I do like that a lot.
Tom, what was that big sigh?
What?
Your very big sigh. No, I know, but it was just
Croak is the opposite.
Response to
Croak looks cool, but it's very simple.
Tam really liked this. This was
the game itself, though, is the opposite. This is all fucking movement. You got to go and you got to keep going. You got to keep moving. He is a fast little frog. He's got very unique platforming abilities with like the tongue where you can grab onto things and like pull yourself up, and you're like bouncing around all over the place. So that was really neat. And visually it looks great, but it's not anything like striking or super
touch anything,
special.
you're dead. If you touch the ground, you die.
It is this. It's like. You got to keep moving in this game, dude.
What's it like? What'd you say? What like?
Celeste.
Oh, Celeste.
Yeah.
Celeste, you just had to keep going. You couldn't
There was a lot of that in Explosion Man too, Alex.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And then the other platformer was Denshattack. The easiest way I could describe this train platformer would be that it is straight up the rail grinding sequences from the Sonic games.
Yeah.
But you're on steroids, like way better. And I really hope the Sonic team plays this game before they make another Sonic game, because there's so many more things you can do with the way that it has you doing tricks and balancing and adjusting your speed around corners. The way you like change lanes. Sonic, you're just kind of like on the rail and you jump to other rails, and it was very simple. This added a lot more like options. Like it's more dynamic beginning to end. And that was like the main thing that I thought in my head. I'm like, man, this is someone really wanted to make like a Sonic 3D game, but doesn't have the rights. And they were like, well, let's use a train. Because that is like very much what this feels like. And they did it better than the Sonic team has done. And then the last one, Alex, also a platformer game. I don't know if you knew about this. I had never played the first Speedrunners, but it is a platforming racing game where like you are going against one another. We absolutely should be playing this.
No,
game.
this is a challenge.
Yeah, this is definitely a challenge situation.
This is cool. And I got to tell you, man, it turns out I thought I was a pretty good platformer. Right. I was getting my ass kicked. That's good. The people I was playing against were good. Very, very good. So that's it. That's I played a lot of Steam games. I wanted to tell you about them. If you played anything great that we didn't talk about, let me know.
Every game in the Steam Deck.
In the Steam Deck.
Every game in the Steam Deck. Very cool. No, some of those look really good.
News?
We got some news. We got some news. Yeah. Quick little things.
Quick bit. I saw something came out about Xbox. Did you play the song? I'm not hearing any songs.
I don't know. Did he already play it?
Play what?
I didn't hear a news song.
Music.
Was the news music played?
It was, but I was because I just stopped sharing the screen. You didn't hear the news. New Xbox is announced.
Well, kinda.
What do you mean, kinda? New Xbox coming out.
Right, but this is just... They've already confirmed the existence of this thing. The bits of new information that we have is that we have its internal code name. It's called Project Helix. If you remember, Project Scorpio was Xbox Series X, and I think Scarlet was Xbox One X. So they've done this before where they've been like...
I can't believe they named it Xbox One X.
So this one's called Project Helix.
And now it's Xbox Series X.
And then they confirmed that Helix will play PC games, which is the big kind of news. This has long been rumored that this was going to be a hybrid console where you could also play essentially coming to
Steam games.
Like a Steam machine, but reverse engineered, right? Whereas a Steam machine is a PC going toward a console. This is a console going toward being a PC, which again is interesting because it seems with Asha Sharma coming in, the new CEO, saying a return to Xbox and exclusivity, that, not to say that, well, they didn't say specifically they're going to go back to doing exclusives, although...
They're going to exclusively use AI, is what...
Although another bit of news this week is that PlayStation, reportedly, Jason Schreier is stating that, like, PlayStation is no longer going to be doing PC releases for its single-player games. We will get PC for its live service titles where it needs a big audience, but for single player, they are returning to actual console exclusivity. Ghost of Yotei, that came out last year, reportedly is the first PlayStation game that is not going to receive a PC port. So PlayStation is returning to exclusivity, although Xbox and PlayStation obviously in very different positions. So whether Xbox follows suit, we shall see, but apparently it's just that the gains seemingly from selling your games on other platforms versus potentially converting people into PlayStation console owners, and then when they buy games on the console that aren't PlayStation games, like, you buy any third-party game, PlayStation gets a cut, and so they think it is hurting their console business, and they think that their console business and recommitting to the console business is the path forward. I think it's a lot harder for Xbox to put that genie back in the bottle. But here we are. So there we go. Project Helix. I don't imagine I think the earliest you see this is next year. Someone pointed out, like, how much is this thing going to cost? And people were like, well, Microsoft might have an easier time getting its hands on components than like Sony would. So, because Sony, the rumor is that their next console is not going to be for years and years down the line.
I think that's fine. I don't think this generation needs a new console.
I don't think that. It depends on whatever Project Helix is, but yeah, I think we could probably have a 10-year PS5 life cycle. They always find ways to.
I don't think we need it at all.
Squeeze the juice out, right? And like they'll continuously find new ways to
I don't think there's anything a game can do that requires a new console for a minimum of another 5 years. Like I don't. Like it's only a visual aspect, and at this point, with the way that these companies, like the amount of money it costs for them to make, like I just don't. Right. I don't need everything to. I'm so much more enamored by interesting art styles than I am by fidelity, by like the most beautiful fidelity of realism.
Things you showed are like way more interesting to look at than a lot of generic AAA games. So there you go. That's Project Helix. We've talked about this game a lot. We finally have confirmation HighGuard is no more. It is going offline on March 12th, which is sometime next week. They dropped basically everything they still had on the table, so they added a new warden and a new everything, and then they even added a skill tree, which is funny for its like last week of playability. No word on whether people are getting any refunds, but maybe no one bought anything, and that's why the game is maybe they made $100 on this game. So HighGuard is no more. So there you go. And then the last two bits of news, yes, Pokopia is out. It is the highest rated Pokemon game, not just spin-off, the highest rated Pokemon game ever on Metacritic. People are loving Pokopia. Good for them. Good for Nintendo. They need the money. PlayStation company needs the money. But that's really, I think it's really cool that we can have a spin-off of the franchise be as, it's been a long time, I feel like, since they've put out a spin-off that was really worth a damn. And so like even that Pokemon Snap was the new Pokemon Snap they put out was underwhelming.
Pokopia is at an 88 right now, which I picked them up a week ago. So I picked that game up on my team. I need to drop Winds and Waves, get something else now. 18 points, pretty good.
Yeah.
Tom's in second with 28 with 2 games, and Alex is in first with 2 games with 39 points. Dude, Tuna picking up Resident Evil Requiem. He's got the only 90 of the year so far. Fucking. And his other game 89 at Mugenics. So you have the 2 highest games of the year so far. Alex has got a very good fucking fantasy critic this year. So there's that update.
I love that. And then the last little bit of news is Capcom had a presentation, and the big thing out of that is Pragmata's release date once again has changed, but it is moving up a week. It is actually coming out on April 17th versus the 24th. This game was just getting constantly delayed. I think it got shut off in like 2020, originally unveiled for 2021, and then basically every year they kept saying, oh, next year. Finally coming out. I played the demo of this. The demo seemed really cool. The kind of gameplay is you're playing as it's almost like you're playing as a dude with a gun. Spaceman with a gun. But there's this character,
the child
Hugh. Yes, this Hugh is the adult, and then Diana is the little girl on your back. She's an android, I think, and she can hack the robots. So you do this like hacking mini game while you're also doing the like attacks, and depending on how you do the hacks, can change up like the weaknesses and how the robots operate and everything. I think this one is going to come out and people are going to like it. I think it'll be a solid 8 kind of game. But yeah, it's coming out a week earlier. So there you go. That is the news for the week.
I think we skip.
Nintendo had a bunch of indie games announced. Alex, you can finally get Mini Shoot Adventures. I played the fuck out of that last year. It was a great indie game.
What's it called?
Mini Shoot Adventures. Or Mini Shoot Adventure. It's so good. It's now available on Switch. They also showed off a bunch of other games, but they showed off last week, Tom, the new Pokemon game, and holy.
Oh, we didn't
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, that was last Friday. Fuck,
That was
Winds
last
and
Friday.
Waves.
Holy fuck, does it look so much better? I didn't realize how much better it looked than the last generation until I saw those screens that were comparing them
Yeah, it
back and
looks great.
forth. I posted them. It's crazy. I'm into all three of the new starters. I think they're great. I saw a breakdown of the little bird. Seems like we're probably gonna get a fighting grass for the starter bird, which would be good for fire, just because it appears to be based on there is a chicken that is native to Indonesia, which this land is based on. And it's like the cool thing about this chicken is that it's all black. And if you look on the underside of the bird, it's like the black legs and the black fur. So it's probably going to evolve into like because that the other thing about this chicken is that it is used in Indonesia in cockfights.
Sure.
Because they have very strong legs. So it's probably going to be a grass fighting type, which is great for fire. We don't have to worry about it. Don't have to worry about it on water. But I'm very excited for Gekwa. Gekwa looks awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna all depend on. I memean, eventually I'll have all of them because Chris will he'll be breeding them, and he'll be like, he's like, do you want a new starter?
You want a shiny? What do you got? I got them all.
I'll eventually have all of them, but whatever the starting one is, it will. I think at this point, I like all of them. There's not one where I'm like, oh, I'm offended by these two, so I got to pick this. So it'll all really depend on what their final evolutions end up being.
The fire dog is wild. If you told me there's a fire dog, no way would I have guessed that it'd be based on a Pomeranian.
Yeah, Pombon.
Alex,
Pombon.
Millie Bobby Pombon.
Yeah, Millie Bonbon. Millie
Pom Pom.
Yeah, it looks great. I jumped into Scarlet because I was like, oh, let me just taste all of the I was in such a Pokemon mood, and I was like, oh, let's go. It played better on the Switch 2. Let's see how we feel about it. And I jumped in. I was like, oh god, this game is ugly. This game is so ugly.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But man, what the fuck is Nintendo gonna have this year? What is the big fall game? There's got to be something we don't know.
No, I think it's that Fire Emblem game. I think they make a huge deal out of Fire Emblem, and maybe 3D Mario does happen.
Yeah, something's got to happen. I feel like they got to have something for us.
At this point with 3D Mario, I mean, it'll be 10 years since Odyssey next year.
I know.
That's a long time.
Really crazy.
And we're also at the longest time without a Zelda being announced.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Tears of the Kingdom got announced 2019.
Yeah.
Even though it didn't come out for years because it was still E3. Fuck. Shit.
So they're sitting on stuff. They gotta be. They gotta be sitting on something. Give me a 2D Zelda. You know? This year is the 40th anniversary Zelda, and they're not talking about anything.
Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
So, no, I'm. That's true. We did get a 2D one recently, so maybe we don't have another 2D one along the way.
Yeah, that's my thinking. Because if anyone is making a 2D Zelda at this point, it is Grezzo, which
unless they do a remake, unless we have a remake.
Ocarina remake keeps being a thing that won't go away. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I was thinking more like the DS games as well.
Oh, fucking
because you have nowhere.
Phantom Hourglass.
But if you remade it to play differently, right? Kind of the way that they fixed Skyward Sword and they fixed Wind Waker. They made Wind Waker a lot better when they did the remake, which is so annoying.
But the DS Zelda, I don't see a DS Zelda.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like at some point that's got to come. At some point, you know, like the platform's got to have all of it. That's what'll make the Switch platform lasts forever. It's like, oh, do you want to just have access to every Nintendo? Yeah, it has everything. It'll finally become the thing every mom if you're a millennial called it Nintendo. They'll be like, oh, they're playing Nintendo because it will just be the Nintendo. Like they can get rid of the Switch name when they do the third one and it's inevitably the same thing. It can just be the Nintendo finally. Do you own a Nintendo? Yes, we have all the Nintendo. Which one do you want? We have all the Nintendo games are on it. They put out a Wii controller.
They do Wii Classics. Yeah, but
the Wii Classics are coming. And then they just sell an LCD screen that right into the top of the Switch, and then you have the DS and the 3DS games.
It's gonna be like like
After this-
Virtual Boy.
After this company's crazy enough to do anything.
Like,
After selling a fucking plastic Virtual Boy,
Mhm.
they're liable to do anything.
Anything. It's all on the table.
All right. We gotta get out of here. Tuna.
Yeah, so I thought we were gonna play a game that Tom made. I guess not.
Wait, Tom made a game?
Ooh, way to read the texts. So I guess we'll do it next week. Tom made the game, but we'll do it next week. Actually, you know what? Part of Tom doing the game will be a substitute for him doing the presentation doing the presentation that I didn't give him, because enough's enough with the presentations from Tom for a little bit. So we're going to just have him do the game. We have a challenge that is due next week that has to do with Pokemon Fire Red. Fastest to complete. Brock, the gym leader, wins. Thanks.
Yeah.
Staying ranked.
Suck it.